Hey there, welcome back. I've used Create Studio for probably about 2 years or so. It's been fun. It has some interesting applications to it, and it has evolved quite a bit. So in this video, I'm going to show you real quick the overview of Create Studio 3, which is a brand new version of the product, the original product, which is Create Studio Pro. Funny enough, the two of them are still available. So Create Studio Pro has this pricing model where they bring you in for this is Create Studio 3, by the way. If I go to Create Studio Pro, they have this pricing model where they bring you in like at 67, very short amount of money, like very low price, and then you can do some upgrades within.
Core praxis.
So that's usually the pricing model there. But this is pretty cool because for sales enablement, for example, you create cool videos, very short, cool videos. You got scrolling effects, those scrolling stoppers type of videos that seem to be coming at you and whatnot. And there are some tricks to do that in PowerPoint, by the way. But we're gonna take a look at it. It's got a lot of stuff, so not gonna cover everything, but it's gonna give you a very good idea of what it's capable of. And we're gonna take a look at the latest version, which is 3D, which has the rotation in characters. All right, here we go. Cool animations, effects, music, everything else in characters. You're about to learn about
the awesome, the amazing, and fun.
Create Studio 3. Okay, so hopefully you were able to hear the soundtrack that was there. That's probably one of the coolest features here in terms of the assets that Create Studio provides. So in Create Studio 3, the music tracks are off the hook. I mean, they sound pretty cool. If you were not able to listen to that, it could be because I got a copyright claim here on YouTube. They do have an issue with that where, other tools do, where if you use the audio, then kind of strikes it or let's say flags it, and then you have to go to the process of claiming it. So that's not a plus, but it could be, it's not the end of the world. So one of the cool things is, that quick trailer that you saw there, it was made fairly easy. This is like any other product. It has the timeline. It has the timeline at the bottom. You have the stage right there where you put all your assets. And then the new addition in 3D is these characters, which it always had 3D characters, but now you're able to change the rotation and facilitate that in terms of the design. So it gives room for some good creative approaches. Create Studio does have lip syncing as well, so you have to record your audio or insert the audio first and then put that in and flag it to be, or mark it to be synced with the character. Some characters will have better voice expressions. In other words, they'll move their mouth and actually open their mouth. But it's not, it's not as good as Synthesia or other things, or even Beyond per se, in that perspective. But it does mimic the movement of the mouth and whatnot, and you can probably see it here. See a little bit of that here. The coolest feature I found is that they have also integrated neural voices. I think everybody is integrating neural voices. I think everybody's probably, if I was going to say anything, I think everybody's using Well Said, or integrating Well Said in the back end, which is one of the best neural voices out there, AI stuff. So, I mean, this voice is, I don't know if it's going to be a challenge for voiceover artists. It's just going to be. And I'm sorry for I got people that I know, they're friends, they're voiceover artists, but I'm just saying that it's a challenge. I don't think it's going to take them out, but it's going to be a challenge. Just like anything else, instructional design is also being challenged, and artists around the world being challenged with AI infusions in the tools. So besides the rotation of things, you do have special effects. So there's a lot of graphic and animation effects that can be added. They are amazing templates. They are beautiful in color, and they have, great looking aesthetic graphics. So this is a tool that kind of sits in between they claim to have so many uses, right? So the rotation stuff, the scroll stopping, because of the 3D, now you can do the scroll, do a lot of those scroll stopping videos. And because of everything else, I think if you're in a pinch for time, you can quickly pop out a video, implement a couple of templates, and launch it out. I would love to see if they're going to have anything dealing with AI. I think they do hint at something with that in terms of their higher memberships, but that's not something I went into too much. The text manipulation is also great. So now, because now you can work with text and skew it in a way that like 3D, and perhaps this is also that was providing in updates, because that's another thing to understand is that when you buy the software, or you get, like, let's say you get all the bells and whistles, it comes around to around $250 a year, or a little bit, less or more than that. The pricing model here at 3D, you can see it there. It might now go higher because of the new features, but you get a lot of tools. I mean, you get a ton of tools that you usually have to get in separate different apps. So inside the app, you have the sound recording, you have sound effects, you have the motion graphics, and a ton of manipulation on the characters. And now the characters got 3D. What happens here, though, is that when you get the membership, every quarter, or every, I don't know, in a certain amount of time, I think it's a quarter, every 3 months, they keep adding features to it, and you just have to update your software. You do have to install this, and yes, it's an installable app. Very easy to install on Macs. It works great. It has the delays. The rest of the stuff, once you're done, then you go to publish, like most, same workflow as any other video editor and whatnot. And when you publish, you have a vast selection. One thing that I can say has improved is their exporting capabilities, because that sometimes could be a little laggy. So now they have the ability to switch to hardware acceleration and also use their original engine. So there it is. I mean, this is CreateStudio3. I think it has some applicable uses that you can have fun with. Hey there, so what do you think? Pretty cool video, huh? Well, if you like and subscribe, you're gonna have like 10 days of awesome luck, and if you don't, it's gonna be the Kiva Santeria. We'll see what happens if it works. I don't know, maybe. But in the meantime, catch the next videos.